Just when you thought the Docket Dodgers were gone and we have not been around for a while, we are back from the dead, baby.
Back from the dead. It's only been a week.
I know, but I feel like we were doing these like once every 3 days. And then I'm sure all the millions and millions of the Docket Dodger fans are like, where are they?
Well, the docket's closed on holidays.
That's what it is. It's Labor Day weekend, guys. We were, we had a lot docket. But even though it's a lot docket this week, it's still a fun docket this week. And just a little bit of sad news, Wade. We're not going to be on TikTok just for the fact that I am a minimalist today with this Google Chromebook, and I'm having to use the USB cord to even run this thing.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay, so Wade, when we look around this docket, we got some funny things going on, and probably some sad things for the children.
Bad for the children throughout. If you had any birthday parties recently at Chuck E. Cheese, you might be entitled to a refund, I would think.
You might be entitled to a refund, and your child may be emotionally scarred for life.
Yeah, they might be. But teach them young that cops can ruin your day.
So what happened, Wade? What happened at Chuck E. Cheese?
Well, I think it was down in Florida, but guy who was working in the mouse costume apparently had a warrant to be arrested, and the cops did not do the normal thing of wait till he's coming off his shift or get him at his house. They went in and got him while he was in full costume, and we have the body cam for it.
Oh, I can't not wait.
So here we go. Add that to stage. You can set us up however you want. I need to get over some. So.
Oh boy. Oh my God.
I think they're excited.
Just ask management who's in the mouse. Do we know his name? I don't know his name. We're gonna detain the mouse. Yes, we are. Do it. I want you to. Go around and ask. Go around. You want to come for these kids? Yeah, grab him. Get him. Grab him, quick. Don't resist. Do not resist. Don't. Let your hands go. Let your hands go. I got it. I got wide open. So now we have 1 to 10.
Man, they can't even take him to the back.
So he's a suspect. He stole someone's card here and was using it. Someone that was one of your employees, like last week or something like that.
So I don't know if you noticed when they first walk in, but that first cop had like no idea what he was doing. So I think he was like a rookie or new to this.
Yeah, he was waiting to pay.
Yeah, he was waiting in line. Like he was waiting behind the children. But so he just went for it right there. They didn't even tell him who was under arrest. They just started grabbing him, and then they hit him with the "don't resist."
So I'm sure this guy had like something really, really bad, some sort of warrant that was really, really bad that warranted them to go in and arrest Chuck E. Cheese in front of all these little kids.
Nah. I think he just picked up some mom's credit card that she left behind and was swapping it there at work.
But not only did he use it once, Wade, he used it twice.
Oh yeah, he used it twice. Do you know what he bought? Yeah. Pepperoni or sausage?
I don't know, but I'm surprised he didn't get tased.
I don't think he could have got through that suit.
Here's my thing: how did they ID him and know that he was the guy inside the costume?
There's no possible way to know.
Well, and here's another thing: this guy's 41 years old, and he's dressed up as Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, I bet it's a good job.
I say it is a good job, but I mean, if you're a cop, if I'm a cop, I'm going to handle that a little bit different. I realize that there are kids that still believe in Santa Claus. There's kids that still believe in the Easter Bunny, and there's also little kids that still believe in Chuck E. Cheese as a real thing, real person. So I'm going to take the Chuck E. Cheese, say Chuck E. Cheese, and you come with me to the back, and then let Chuck E. Cheese get disrobed, and then we're going to arrest him. Did they put him in a cop car? Did they cuff him and stuff him in the cop car in the Chuck E. Cheese outfit?
Yeah, so if we go forward a little bit in the video when we get out of here, they take the head off, which is
Oh, okay. I just want to say Chuck E. Cheese going in the back of a cop car down the road.
Yeah, they just there we go.
You cash app on your phone, the paper stuff. Never with a card.
He's still in the full
Let me get
costume.
them
You know that costume's gonna hit hard in jail when he.
I wonder if what the mugshot looks like.
I hope they put the head back on him.
I wonder if we can find that way, the mugshot. That'd be amazing.
There's definitely a mugshot out
Jermell
there.
Jones?
Yeah,
Jermell Jones mugshot.
Oh, he's Triple J. Jermell.
Oh no, they've got him in a polo.
Jones.
They got it off of him.
Man, I mean, they had to have someone on the inside that was like, he's in the costume right now. Come get him.
Oh yeah, had to. But if they had somebody on the inside, how are they even letting him dress up?
Well, you saw the older cop that was kind of in charge. He, I think he wanted this to happen. I think he was setting it up for boy's first arrest over here to be the mouse.
He got Chuck E. Cheese. Next is Mickey Mouse.
Don't go after Disney. They'll put up a fight.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, we're staying in the food world here.
All right. I like food.
Yeah, and I think this is also down south. Is it Florida? I'm not for sure, but it's influencers.
I mean you.
Yeah. But these are food influencers, which I think is the easiest of the influencing jobs. You just go and eat and say the food's good like every time. But it's a couple, so it's something you can do maybe with your wife, maybe start up a food influencing channel. We got a video to watch, but you won't believe what happened as they were reviewing the food. They were just sitting there calmly. What do you think happened? You think they got a free dessert?
Oh, my mic's back. My mic went off for a minute. I don't know what happened. Set it up for me. If you are not already done, my mic went away for a second.
Add that to the stage.
Let's see what's going on here.
They were filming inside a restaurant in Houston, Texas.
Oh,
Whoa,
man.
that's when an SUV came barreling through the glass right into the booth they were sitting in. Amazingly enough, both of them were able to walk away. Let's bring in NBC News correspondent George Solis. They were sitting in glass right.
That was crazy. Look at that spread though. They went all out.
I don't know if this guy has a guardian angel or what, but watch how that car comes through that window. It like everything collapses around him.
Oh yeah, it kind of like flowed very well.
Houston,
right?
Texas. Whoa, that's when an SUV came barreling through the glass.
I think
right
they stayed
into
in the
booth
booth.
they were sitting in.
I think
Amazingly enough, both of them were able to walk away. Let's bring in NBC News correspondent.
See, that's
George
the first
Solis.
mistake,
Hard
walking
to watch.
away.
George, you spoke.
Oh, dude, if you get hit by a car in a booth, like you need to lay there. There's no reason to walk away. You don't know what's wrong.
So are they suing? I think I read something where they have an ask or something for an amount of money. I'm not for sure if it's the same one.
So yeah, so normally, when a car hits you, you sue the car driver, the insurance company, right? No, they're suing the restaurant. They're saying the restaurant was negligent for not having those like concrete barriers up that prevent like vehicles from driving through. But look in the video, you can see the type of. It's not like there's a road out there. That's a parking lot. It looks like
All
a
right, yeah,
parking lot to
that
me.
is a parking lot, but I know what they're talking about. Are they talking? Are they talking about like when you pull it to a parking space, having those concrete bumps that you kind of pull into a parking space?
No. So think of they put them up in like city like walkways to prevent cars driving down pedestrian paths. That's what I thought they were
Yeah.
talking about when I read it. So like vertical barriers, not a horizontal.
Who has that?
I don't think anyone has that.
Who has that? I mean, I don't think that's negligence. Well, first of all, you have to assess whether there's a duty or not. When we're talking about these type of premise liability and accidents, we're talking about negligence. And when we talk about negligence, we talked about there was some sort of duty, and the person breached that duty, and it was the actual causation of the person's injury. I don't think there's some sort of duty for a restaurant to have these concrete barriers. I've never heard of a duty to have one.
If you told me they were on a roadway, right? Like there was a roadway going by, something like that, I would be like,
oh yeah,
sure, there's probably a duty there.
Yeah, because it's foreseeable that something like that would happen. I think we need a little bit more information if there's a little bit, if there's what it looks like other than that. But what we see right now, Wade, like you said earlier, the only thing we can see is a parking lot.
Yeah. So the female driver of the car said she placed her car in park. She thought she did, but the car rolled into the restaurant when she took her foot off the brake.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't look like taking your foot off the
brake.
That
it looked like she goosed it.
Yeah, I think she goosed it. I mean, she's probably not being completely truthful there.
Well, what if breakfast ended at 10:30 and it was 10:28 and she was just trying to get inside the restaurant?
Well, she should have watched Big Daddy. And
the McDonald's scene?
Yeah. She should have got there in time. But no. They probably have. They didn't even look that injured to me. Maybe some cuts and bruising, but
That's what I said. That's their mistake. That's their number one mistake.
They looked fine. The lady in the video, she said this is her second accident this month. The fact that we walked away from both accidents, maybe I'm just delusional right now, but it's like I want to break down and cry.
So what point, Wade, that you're just accident prone?
Well, I think she's leaning towards PTSD. Okay. I'm gonna switch over here. I got some images of their injuries. That might be a good thing to look at.
That was pretty rough, or is that just dried blood?
It looks like dried blood, like she has a cut above her eye and maybe on her jaw there.
Oh, that's pretty nasty.
Yeah. Her face looks a little swollen. She's probably bruised up. But I'm more worried about the man. He was
the
car. He looks fine.
He's looking like Superman right now because that whole thing just collapsed around him.
Oh yeah. He's a pretty tough dude. Like he did just fine. Probably they're probably going to get something from the car owner, but I don't think like you said, when it comes to negligence, what duty did the restaurant have to protect?
I don't think any. I think when you look at it, you're looking to see, like, did they have like some sort of foreseeable duty that something like that may happen, or is there some sort of statute that says that they need to put these concrete barriers up? Just like the TikTok star not too long ago that kid got into the pool and accidentally unalived itself. There was an actual Florida or Arizona statute that said that there had to be a fence around pools, and they knew about it, but they chose not to do it because they didn't think it looked good.
Okay, that's different. Knowing something didn't look good versus no one else does this. I mean, it could change building code, like all part. This happened to a family friend of mine, actually. They moved down to Florida. Their grandma opened up like a thrift store down there, like furniture, clothing, that kind of stuff, but like nicer stuff in a storefront. And there was just like a person that went crazy one day, and they just drove through the front of the store, and the store's glass, and that car just went right through, and it injured a lot of people in there, and my friend's grandmother passed away
from the accident.
I think so.
Oh wow,
she got seriously injured. I don't know if she passed away, so I'll take that back, but she was older, and that type of thing really would change your life.
Right.
But maybe there is a duty to put up barriers in front of these, because this person's saying they took their foot off the parking brake and it just went flying through the restaurant. They gunned it. They put their foot on.
Yeah, had to. Well, unless you're mixing up the brake for the gas.
Yeah. But vehicles are getting bigger, more powerful. Maybe they're
I don't know about more powerful, man. I got an F-250, and I've got one of those new transmissions. I don't know. It's like an electronic transmission, and you can tell there's a big difference between a conventional gasoline truck and that F-250. I'm sure the F-250's got plenty of power, but just like driving it, it seems like it takes longer to get the power. I just feel like that straight gasoline, the types that are like really bad for the environment, is got the most power.
Well, even if you were in your F-250 and that lady was in your F-250 in that parking lot, those people would be dead, and the people in the booth next to them would be dead.
It's just awesome how that guy's looking like Superman. I mean, he really is. I mean, the whole thing collapses around him. Either that or he's a Jedi. One of the two. He's either Superman or the Jedi.
He ate that car without a scratch. Like, he didn't have a single thing.
I will say this: I have never seen that dude and Superman in the same place. So
no, that's true.
I've never seen them in the same place, or Batman. Never seen them in the same place. So he could be one of the two.
I bet he can eat. I saw that table of food in front of them. I bet he does a lot of the eating on that channel.
Yeah, I'd say it looked like Beard versus Food. Have you seen that YouTube channel?
No.
You need to see that. That guy is amazing. They'll bring out food. I mean, it's huge. I watched him eat a brisket platter. It was a sandwich brisket, and I mean, it was huge. He ate it like within 19 minutes and like shattered everyone's record that ever finished it. Not many people could finish it, but out of the people who did finish it, he beat them like 10 minutes.
Maybe that's their next video. I know some of these food challenge places, sometimes they don't pay out when you win the record.
Well, hey, you got a T-shirt and then meal free, so
I want that. I couldn't even come close to getting those T-shirts.
I think I used to think that I could used to, but man, I can't eat like I used to either, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, well, no free T-shirts for you.
All right, what's next on the docket there, Wade?
We got a very I think it's interesting out of the state of Kentucky. So this is another one of those young women, they get pregnant, and I guess she thought the best thing to do was cover it up. She's being charged, maybe investigated for unaliving her a baby that she had, and I want to say not a dorm room, but like an on-campus apartment, something like that. She's a University of Kentucky student.
Yeah, my buddy Jonathan Masters had an on-campus apartment at UK, and those things are really, really nice. That he had.
I think she was on like the stunt team or something like that. It was like one of the dance teams there, and she, college girl, probably living in a nice place, doing well for herself, but covered up being pregnant for considerable amount of time. And then when
Oh yeah, she's a member of the competitive cheer stunt team. How do you do that at some talent?
well,
Cover up a pregnancy.
I was looking up like photos, and like, people on TikTok are like, here, you can see in this photo she was pregnant, but like, you mean maybe she had a big breakfast. I don't think you could really tell that she was that pregnant.
Right.
Uh,
It seems like she's been charged, and she's on $100,000 bond.
I thought
She's she's on house arrest in Tennessee, actually, and she's been charged with 3 felony charges.
yeah. So what are those felony charges? Because I would think it has to do with covering up a body, but
Right.
Kentucky has a weird one when it comes to reporting babies being born.
You got abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and concealing the birth of an infant.
Yeah, concealing the birth of an infant. That's an odd crime to me, but
I think her best defense on that is going to be whether it's the baby was stillborn or was some sort of miscarriage. I think it's going to be her best defense on this.
Well, if it was born alive and they can prove that, I'm sure Kentucky will attempt to charge her with murder. Right. Would they not?
I would. I would assume they would. And this is in Fayette County. And Fayette County is, from what I know about it, and I don't practice in Fayette County. I've just heard stories about Fayette County, and I know some people have been in court in Fayette County. Fayette County is kind of one of the more stricter counties as far as prosecution.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got a video here of a news report, maybe to get some more details on it and see some photos of her in court. That bond, that's a high bond for 3 felonies.
It's a very high bond. And, she's not someone I think was going to be a flight risk. When you look at, and I don't think she's someone that's probably a repeat offender if you're talking about someone who's got accepted to the University of Kentucky as a member of the cheerleading team. I think that, someone like her has probably done the right thing her whole life, and then this happens and she didn't know how to manage it.
I think that's the cause of a lot of this is pressure. Like, people just succumb to pressure, and she probably didn't feel like she could talk to it. If you cover up a pregnancy, that means you're not telling anybody.
Right.
Kentucky is charged in the death of her newborn baby, and tonight under house arrest in East Tennessee. Lincoln Skelling appeared inside a court in Lexington today. Police arrested the 21-year-old student at the University of Kentucky over the weekend. Police responded to a call about an unresponsive infant days before at a home off campus. Investigators say officers found the dead child in a closet wrapped in a towel inside a trash bag. The suspect is a member of the stunt cheer team at the school and posted a $100,000 bond. She is under house arrest at the home of her parents in Jefferson City. Police say Snelling agreed to be interviewed and told officers she gave birth, then tried to hide any evidence. To all the charges against her, she has pleaded not guilty.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
What was her exact words?
That she was hiding the evidence.
Yeah. You probably you get this bill all the time whenever you run into police officers. You're just like, help yourself and tell us what happened. You can help yourself by telling us what happened. Unless there's some sort of prosecutor that's in on that deal and you're making an agreement signed in writing, no matter if you're thinking you're doing the right thing or you've not done anything at all, it's best not to talk without an attorney directly to the police and make any sort of deals.
So she's on the stunt cheerleading team. That's not like the legit cheerleading team. I go to a major university, right? So when it comes to these teams, it's mostly wealthy girls having fun in college. So she was able to post that bail. She's back with her parents. I assume she's from a family that can support her in her education. This is not someone who's like not going to trust the police. Like they're going to be like,
Yeah, she
never-
has no reason to, not to trust
Yeah.
the police. Yeah.
she's never been in any trouble, so why not tell the truth?
Yeah, and it's a warning for people out there who's never been in trouble before, and you think that you're doing the right thing by talking to a police officer. You're not doing the wrong thing by not talking to the police officer. That does not make you a bad person. That just helps you protect your justice. You don't need to feel bad without exercising your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's the reason why that's in there. You don't have to self-incriminate yourself. You don't have to make their job easier for them. You don't have to give them any evidence voluntarily. And it might seem wrong at the time because we're always, everyone's growing up, do the right thing. If you've done something wrong, owned up to it. This is the only time I'm telling you not to do that. Because when we're talking about the government has the right to decide your fate, that's why there's a constitution. That's why 200 years ago that people like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams seeing that they needed to be a Bill of Rights in the Constitution just for those certain reasons.
That's right. The only person that can take it easy on you in a criminal matter is the judge. That's the only one that can show you leniency. The cops don't decide what you're charged with.
Right. And that's the thing about it. Our system's very adversarial. And so the state and the prosecutor are supposed to be bringing the charges. They're supposed to be on the other side from you. They're not protecting your best interest. They're protecting the state's best interest. So your best thing you can do is get an attorney and act through an attorney. And don't give over anything willingly without having a signed agreement in writing.
Yeah, well, it's contract. It's in the four corners of the document, right? It's what you agree to.
Exactly.
A deal you make on the way to the on your way to the jail in the back of a police car in handcuffs is not one that will be honored.
Yeah. And that doesn't make you a bad person. That makes you a smart person by doing that. It's just a smart thing to do. If I'm going into a car lot and I have $50,000 in my pocket and the car costs $50,000, but I'm trying to get a better deal, I'm not going to tell the car lot salesman that I have $50,000 in my pocket. I'm going to say all I brought today was $40,000.
Exactly.
It's the same thing in the criminal process. You have to do that.
And when it comes to the criminal process, my opinion of it, it is a car sale. Most of it's a deal. You're making a plea deal. That's all it is salesmanship. What do you have? If you have nothing, then you're going to get nothing.
Right. All right. Well, what we got?
Well, Elon Musk is upset.
Oh, no. At Trump?
No, not at Trump, at Apple.
Not this time? Oh, at Apple. He's going to take a ball on.
Yeah. He likes to pick fights with the biggest, most powerful people on the planet. This time it's over AI. He's claiming it's like a lot of the big corporate stuff we talk about is always this antitrust, unfair practice stuff. He's saying that Apple, with how they have their phones set up, it's not fair. It's a locked market that like he can't get his AI and other people can't get their AI on it because it's a conspiracy to monopolize the markets for smartphones and generative AI chatbots.
So they think that Apple's AI has the market? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't.
I would say it doesn't either, but he's saying it is on iPhone, that they have the market on iPhone. So I've seen these cases.
What app do you think is the most trusted or most used AI app?
ChatGPT.
Without a question.
Yeah. People like Gronk on or Grok. Is that it? Grok?
Grok, yeah.
Yeah, they like that on Twitter, but it's just on Twitter. Snapchat has an AI. But if someone's gonna go use an AI, they're gonna go use ChatGPT and maybe Google. Like
Gemini. Yeah, I've used Gemini a couple of times, but I've used Grok. And I don't think it's anything to do with Apple prominently featuring. And actually, I'm reading this now. and it says that they specifically contend that despite having higher user review scores that Grok does, it does not appear in the App Store's must-have apps section, while ChatGTP is prominently featured.
Mm-hmm.
But I've
Well-
used Grok. I've used Grok. I've used Gemini. I've used ChatGTP. I've used Meta AI, and I'm gonna tell you right now that ChatGTP is by far the superior product.
Yeah, and that's probably why Apple is partnering with them.
Mm-hmm.
That-
Oh, I
that's-
didn't know that. I didn't know that. So they partnered with ChatGTP.
Yeah, so it's not Apple's AI. Apple's AI is ChatGPT. It's open AI. That's like
Okay.
the main parent company. Open AI. Yeah.
Okay.
They're currently eyeing a $50 billion valuation, which is going to exceed SpaceX at 350 billion. So this is looking to surpass Elon Musk as the world's richest man, and that's probably why he's upset about it. But think about a Tesla. I don't think Tesla is letting companies come in and put their software on Tesla's like map system, their operating system.
Right.
I remember people complaining about Apple and like Google phone interfaces with Tesla. Tesla doesn't allow aftermarket stuff on their cars, aftermarket programming. So why should Apple be forced to allow aftermarket programming and stuff like that on their phones?
I think it's the market share is what he's when we talk about this antitrust suits, we're talking about having the corner marketed. And how many iPhone users do you think there are out there in the world?
In the world, not as much
Yeah.
as America. Let me look it up. Apple
users.
Yeah. My friend Joe just switched over to Android. He's been commenting on the stuff. I know it's so hard to communicate with him now.
It is, and I hate when I don't like it when it goes goes green when you text someone. I gotta have that blue.
Okay, I have a result by Google AI here. I don't know if that's right, but it says Android market share at the end of 2024 was at 70%, while iPhone was at 29%, and that's probably
What?
worldwide.
There's no way.
That's
really
what I'm told. Yeah, but I think in America, people like iPhone.
Wow, I would not thought that.
Yeah,
I
and
will tell you,
an antitrust monopoly stuff is only in America, so that does.
Oh yeah, I understand that. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you some exciting news for Kentucky and all this. Kentucky and Harrodsburg, they are going to get the exclusive contract to open a factory to make all the glass for all the iPads, Apple Watches, and iPhones.
I love that. Make it like zippers. Make it like that YKK zipper factory. Just have one little piece made in Kentucky. It gives people jobs. So that's a great.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're building a $5 billion factory.
Where's it being built at?
Harrodsburg. So London, Kentucky is probably the center of the state, the southern center of the state.
Yeah,
I say you go west. I say it's between London and Bowling Green, where Harrodsburg is.
Okay, so southern part of the state that probably
Yeah.
needs some economic development down there.
Danville, Harrodsburg, they're all around the same place.
Okay, I think that's great. I got some stats for the United States here. It says U.S. favors iOS at 57% and Android has a 41%. And I don't think that's enough to call a monopoly.
I don't think it's enough to call monopoly either. And I didn't think it was that close. I'm really surprised by that number.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Google's number though. So Google's AI might be lying for Google. Like they might be
and that might be a thing. Let's ask the most prominent featured AI on the market. Let's ask ChatGTP.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right. What is the market share?
But I just don't know if Musk. I think Musk is just upset that he's losing his little spot.
He's been upset a lot lately.
That's all he is upset.
I got 57.24% iPhone, 42.5% Android.
Yeah, that's about what Google said.
Wow. I would have thought that. Never.
So Apple's been sued before for what they allow on their marketplace, like their Apple store, because they charge a little more percentage than Google Play Store. And they've been sued over that before, saying it's an uncompetitive market. But I think they've mostly won all of those lawsuits.
I would too. There's a point that I don't agree with is it the Sherman Act? Is that the Antitrust Act?
That is the antitrust one, yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's to a point that I don't agree with that. Just like Microsoft, I feel like if you're going to be someone who can create something that's that popular, then I don't think everyone else needs to whine about it.
Oh, I do, because Apple will do this thing of where they see like this company, like a startup company, come up with a new technology, and they'll just buy that company and like bury that technology. Like that's what these big companies do. And I think it does lead to uncompetitive situations. But
So they
I
don't
don't
want
think
money
this
to
is
be a
one.
factor in advancement.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you think of public traded companies, like I know the goal is always to make more money, and you can make more money by putting other people down. So it gets weird there. And then it goes back to like free market capitalism. How much can the government regulate anything if we're supposed to be about capitalism?
I will destroy you.
But moving on from that, we have an update to Mickey Steins and Judge Mullins over there.
I want to say something before you get into that update. I have another update in Judge Mullins and Mickey Steins that I'm really upset about.
Okay.
So the Bartleys filed a motion the other day to change venue in this matter because all of the press attention that this case has been getting, and they filed exhibits, Wade, with all these different news outlets and all these different places that's talking about this case in Eastern Kentucky in the area. And guess what? Who they failed not to mention?
Did they not put Hillbilly Crime on there?
No, they didn't put the Docket Dodgers.
The Docket,
because whenever they filed that motion to change jurisdiction based upon the media coverage, and they filed an exhibit with it with all of the media coverage that was going on in the area, I was like, oh, this is our time to shine. I'm gonna pull this document. We're gonna talk about it on the Docket Dodgers. And I went through all of I think it was like 50 some pages of the exhibits. I'm like, oh, well, we're going to be on the next page. We're going to be on the next page. And guess what?
We weren't.
No Docket Dodgers.
I mean, we got more views on that than probably some of these local newspapers did.
I know. So I think since they failed, Mickey Stein's attorneys, the Bartleys, failed to mention the Docket Dodgers, I just think this judge is going to take that under consideration, that they didn't even mention the Docket Dodgers, and he's going to think that motion is not very well taken. So I'm thinking this motion gets dismissed.
Dude, I think they're incompetent at this point. They Stans might have a malpractice claim if they didn't include the Docket Dodgers. We moved the needle, okay?
We have moved the needle, yeah. And not to mention, we're going to be your exclusive source for all the live coverage of the trial. Even if it's not live coverage, I'm sure me and you will get on here after the court and we'll go through the highlights of it.
Oh, definitely go through the highlights. They keep on moving it back. I think they're going to keep moving it back. I think it's going to drag out.
Oh, this is something I don't think is going to settle. I think this is going to go to trial.
Yeah. What's the trial date at now? Because they keep
kicking that
can down the road.
I don't know. I know the Amber Spratt was set for December, and when they went to court, they didn't want to say out loud in the public that they were going to move it, but they were kind of mincing their words to make it sound like that. And I just don't know how you're ready, because you still have to get experts. I've not seen any sort of Daubert hearing yet, because I'm sure the Bartleys are going to have to bring in experts to Mickey Stein's mental competency and his state of mind at this point. Because we've talked before, Wade, that we don't think that Mickey Stein's attorney's strategy is to get at that not guilty. We think that their strategy is to get a lesser charge to make him not have to go to jail as long. I think that's a strategy at this point. What degree of murder it is? Is it, well, we see in Kentucky, there's not different degrees of murder. They're just murder, and then
Yeah.
everything else is manslaughter.
Yep.
So I think that's what they're going to try to go after. But when they get, I've not even seen that both sides have traded discovery yet. And so both sides will have to trade discovery, and then both sides will have to argue about discovery. And then you'll have, when they get their witness list, they'll have their experts, state will have their experts, and then you'll have these Docket hearings. And pretty much what a Docket hearing is just to test the science, test the expert, make sure that expert is an expert in the field. So we'll see all those first.
So that's like rules of evidence. I would say state rules of evidence. The judge would decide who's an expert and who's not an expert, right?
Yeah. You want to have this outside the presence of the jury. You don't want to go to a trial and then have someone on the stand and them talk about their science and then turn out it's junk science or they're not qualified in that area, because once a jury has heard that testimony, it's really hard to unring that bell. So you want to have all these hearings outside the presence of the jury. Same thing, I think we're going to see suppression hearings pretty soon outside the presence of the jury on Mickey Stein's made a lot of statements to the police after he was arrested. I don't know. We've seen that famous body cam footage where he was saying, "Come on, man, be fair to me. You're all going to take me into this room and you're going to hurt me."
I think his lawyers are playing into that. They've been saying he was in psychosis for days. Like,
right.
I don't think you can be in a psychosis for days.
Yeah. Well, and they may have, and they may have a motion to exclude the footage, a lot of the footage of the actual shooting itself, from the jury to see it, and or how many times the jury will be able to watch that video, because they don't want it to get into a territory where it's so prejudicial on the jury that its probative effect its prejudicial effect outweighs its probative value. That's the legal term for that.
Yeah. So we've talked about that in magistrate court, like showing body cam, because it's actually what happened. Here you have video of what happened. I think that probative value cannot outweigh the prejudicial effect.
It can't. No.
It's what happened. Show if you're saying that's too prejudicial, then you're not doing the right balancing.
I think so. I don't think it's going to showing it one time is going to be too prejudicial. It's going to be probative. But I'm saying how many times that you allow the state to play that.
Well, if you show the evidence, I mean, allowing the state to play it once makes sense. But if that jury wants to see it as many
they can see it all they want. Once it's admitted to the evidence, the jury can ask to see it as many times they want to see it.
Yeah. I agree with you there. One plea by the state makes sense.
Yeah. Because let's limit that. Let's limit to that. Because what they're going to argue, and this is what the Bartleys, what they're going to say, we're not arguing that this happened. We're arguing what his state of mind was. Did he have the intent to kill, or did he not have the intent to kill? This is what this trial is about. So if this is what we're arguing about, and we are saying that we know that Mickey Steins is the one responsible, we don't need to show this 100 times to this jury.
Yep.
We just need to show it to this jury this one time, and now let's argue about the state of mind. Let's argue about the rest of the facts.
I agree. I agree with all.
So what was your update? Sorry, we got off on a side tangent.
No. My update was just what the daughter and wife have said. So when we've covered the story before, like one of the allegations was the judge was going to like take the wife and daughter and traffic them or something like that. That's what was on the street, like people were saying on the internet. But police detective Clayton Stamper said during grand jury testimony that Stein's wife denied that her daughter had any connection whatsoever with the judge. The daughter also denied speaking with the judge. He said there were rumors about them having some kind of relationship, but both the wife and daughter denied, and there's been nothing to say that that's true.
So there was rumors before the shooting?
No, like right after the shooting.
Oh, right after the shooting. I was like, well, if there was rumors before the shooting, that's huge.
No, rumors after the shooting, because people were trying to justify why this happened, right? They were like taking theories here or there. but they've denied any connection whatsoever with the judge. And they had no concerns regarding their personal safety, and that any statements about kidnapping or anything like that wasn't cooperated. Like, it wasn't a thing.
So do you think that this plays well for Mickey Stein? If this is what Mickey Stein was thinking was going on and it really wasn't going on, do you think this bodes well for him?
I mean, I don't believe it like that. I think he's just doing this psychosis ruse to get in less trouble. I think he was a part of that whole trading favor, quid pro quo, to get people not in trouble. I think he was,
and that seems like the likely scenario, because we heard that his bailiff was involved in it, that worked for him.
Yeah, and he used to be the bailiff.
And he used to be the bailiff. Yeah, and someone can reasonably draw those types of inferences. I see that.
Yes, I think that's A to B, easiest solution here. Saying that he had some sort of psychosis, conspiracy theory that caused him to shoot the judge, who he was friends with for so long, isn't connected to this other stuff, a deposition that happened just days before. I don't know. It seems too far-fetched.
Yeah, especially now with the Ty Adams coming out and kind of verifying all this.
Yeah. And I don't think someone's going on the news to say I did this or did this, because she's not getting anything out of it other than to say what her truth is.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, Wade. And that's probably one of the big things that, besides the Amber Sprattling in our area, that's going on. We do have a local one that's local to Mingo County coming up. I think a really good friend to everybody, and everybody this whole community knew, Trooper Corey Smith, or Corey Maynard. His trial is coming up. His Timothy Kennedy, the man that shot him, his trial is coming up in December.
Mm-hmm.
So we may do a little bit of coverage on this. Corey Maynard was such a great person, and everyone in our community knew him. I graduated high school with him. And so other than that, those two, the Mickey Steins and the Amber Spratlin, are going to be nationally covered. We plan on to cover them here.
Yeah. Well, I graduated with Kennedy, apparently, where he went to school with me.
Really?
I didn't know anything about him, but he apparently was at school the same time. I think he was maybe a year or two older than me.
Right. All right. You got anything else on the docket, Wade?
No, that's all that I got.
Okay. I know NFL football's coming on in a second, so
I know all my friends are ready. They're watching it. I'm going to head on over there, and I think we can compete with their ratings. I mean, I think we can pull.
I think we're close. I think we'll be there in a couple months.
Yeah,
give us a couple months.
And hope to do another video real soon.
Okay. All right, Wade. See you.
See you, dude.